Metal Jesus here, and I am back again with the man Reggie. How's it going, dude?
Going good, bro.
We are back with another pickups video, and this time it's gonna be pretty epic, man. I got some good stuff.
Yeah, recently we actually went to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and we got, I would say, a plethora of great games and items. So I'm pretty pumped up to show them off to you guys. How you feeling about what you got, man?
Dude, I have one of my holy grail items in this that I've been looking for years. I know I say that every video.
And it happens to be true every time.
I know. I love collecting games.
So you pumped up, man?
I am, dude. So we're going to have, what, probably 30 plus games, a bunch of different systems.
Yep.
I'm adding some systems that I didn't even have before. Plus, I don't know, some crazy stuff. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, so let's check it out.
All right, dude, I noticed that you're rocking the Portland Retro Gaming badge.
I gotta represent, man. My first VIP pass, man, which is really nice, man. I was very happy about that. Just got me a little early access. And
we had a great panel.
Yeah, oh my god, that panel was insane.
I know.
Man.
If you guys haven't seen it, I mean, I'll put a link to it in the upper corner.
Yeah, but, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Oh yeah, see, I don't have, see, you gave me this today. I forgot it.
He left it there, and I've been holding it for him this whole time. I wanted to surprise him with it, but yeah, definitely. Get that framed or something, man.
I know. I got a previous year actually tacked up on my wall right behind my TV.
I see it now.
It's a nice collection.
Awesome, man.
Yes. All right, dude. Well, let's start with you. What'd you pick up?
Oh, okay. Well, get the big items out of the way first.
Yeah.
Super Mario 64 pinball machine.
So you pulled up and you had this on top of the box. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. And you know what was cool about it? It came with batteries included. The solar had batteries already in it.
Really?
So, yeah, definitely. Wow. I got this just because it was really cool. You know, to have something. I like stuff in box like that. But I had one when I first moved to Seattle. I gave it to my nephews, and they tore it apart. You know, I didn't know they were going to do that, but it was just for them. But when I saw it again, it just made me feel nostalgic, and I picked it up again.
Man, this is really cool. And then, of course, a lot of people don't realize that you collect these.
Yeah,
so what are these called? I mean, they're pinball.
Tabletop pinballs is mostly what you would call them, but this is not one I would call authentic. It's not really a good pinball machine. I'll explain that probably at a later time why.
Right, when we do our video.
But it's pretty fun for kids and everything, and it's just something.
It's Mario themed.
It's Mario themed, so yeah, it's definitely pretty cool. But yeah.
Huh. Man, that's awesome. I gotta be honest, I am looking forward to that video because I don't know much about it, but I do love pinball. Yeah,
you're gonna like it. You're gonna get pumped, man. Trust me.
Okay, cool. All right, next up for me, where am I gonna start here? So I picked up a bunch of collector's editions of games, and I never do that, right? Because I don't have a lot of room. Some of those things are outrageously large.
Yeah.
But several new games have come out that I had to do it, and Deus Ex Mankind Divided is one of those. So I'm not showing the box here, I'm kind of just showing the game and then like its little figure.
Right.
But I love the Deus Ex games. I've loved them since they originally came out on the PC. You played this, right?
I played it briefly, and then I returned it.
You beat it.
Well, the thing, I did beat it, but I was supposed to go through it again and everything.
Oh, okay,
and
yes. Yeah.
I found out about the DLC stuff in it, man, and I felt like, God, that should have been in the game.
Oh, so I know.
I'm thinking they're going to release another one.
I know, because even this version, which, you know, was the full collector's edition, didn't come with that. Like, it came with a little bit that you can unlock, but I think it's skins or something like that. I know, I kind of hear it. So are you waiting for, like, the Game of the Year edition?
I am, and I really wanted to play this, like, again and everything, but I just feel like, gosh, I want a more complete version of it, and I've been sticking to that when it comes to games. So.
And actually, I plan on going back and playing this again, because this is one of those games where there's a lot of choice in how you play it, whether you can play it stealth or you play it full on shooter. There's a lot of dialogue choices and people you save or you don't save. And so that's why I want to replay this as well. So
Adam Jensen is one of the coolest heroes ever.
I know,
dude.
I know. And this statue's pretty awesome looking. Like it's quality. So I'm a big fan of that character, so I had to pick this up.
Definitely, man. Oh, it's my turn again.
Yes. Sorry.
So I finally was able to get Resident Evil Gaiden, or Gaiden, whatever you want to call it.
Which is like a side game?
It's a side story to the Resident Evil. It's not canon or anything. Okay. But it's actually, I did not like the game. Well, I didn't want to give the game a chance before because it's Game Boy Color. I was like, oh, it's not Resident Evil. But now when I play it, I was like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. Like, this is actually an interesting side story and everything. Like, you're pretty much on a boat, and you're trying to, I forgot what the main plot is. But anyways, how the game plays, it's kind of like you walk around, you can shoot at zombies, but if they get close to you, it goes into a timed event where you have a crosshair thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you covered another game like this at some point on the Game Boy Advance.
We did. I'm trying to, it was it was Zone of the Enders, Fist of Mars.
Yes, which was really fun, actually.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's somewhat how that game is and everything. It's pretty cool, though. Once you get used to it, it actually turns out to be a lot of fun. So,
are you going for a complete Resident Evil collection?
I pretty much have one with that.
Oh, you do? This is
American stuff, not any, like, over...
Not the Biohazard stuff?
Yeah, no, just mostly, American stuff. I have everything now, at least I think.
Cool. All right. That's awesome. So I went to Texas for the Retropalooza Expo.
Mm-hmm. Did you have a good time?
I did. I had a great time, actually. And it was my first time going down to one of their expos. The Game Chasers put it on.
Nice.
And it's all focused on buying. I mean,
so everybody's out on the floor just hitting it.
Yeah, exactly. And I ran into a game that I've been looking for this for a long time. It's Cave Story 3D for the 3DS. Mm-hmm. And I think this started off as a downloadable title, but it got a physical release. And it's just one of those harder to find 2D platformer games.
Wow. I've actually heard a lot about this game, but I never really pulled the trigger on it. I know it was hard to find.
Yeah, it was hard to find. That's why when I ran into it there, I just had to buy. It's not crazy expensive. I want to say it's like $30, $40 range, But it's hard. This game is hard. Like, it's one of those games where you keep dying in the beginning, and you're just like, okay. But it's not cheap. It's just that you have to...
You made the mistake. You know it's your fault.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. It's not cheap. Okay.
And so it's one of those games where I think a lot of people, like, if they like challenge and they like classic 2D platformer style games, they have to go for it. So it was cool to find that.
I might look into this, man. I love my 2D platformers, so this is definitely looks like something I would get into.
Yeah, it's definitely a good game. Once I got past the learning curve and figured out like the physics of jumping and stuff, I really enjoyed it.
Okay, cool, man. All right, I guess I'll go with a platform game myself. You guys know about this game. This is Shovel Knight. The Shovel Knight for the Vita physical copy. I got this from
This is like a modern day classic.
Yeah, it is.
Some people love this game.
It reminds me of DuckTales. I loved DuckTales when I was a kid, and this game is just very solid. And not only that, is when you get a Vita game, when you open it up, you don't expect to find this in here.
Oh, an actual manual.
A manual, and it's all it's fully colored. It's 40 pages. That's amazing to me. That's already amazing that a manual came in a Vita game.
But what I love about this is that this is obviously a company that loves classic games.
Yeah.
And so that's probably why they did that, right? It's like, well, they love it too. I didn't realize this came out physical on the Vita, though.
If I had known it was coming out for the Vita physical, I probably would have never got my 3DS one. But
I have it for the 3DS.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Cool. So,
super fun game, though.
It really is, man. I really enjoyed this game a lot. The thing about the Sony version is you get Kratos from God of War as a secret boss.
Really?
So yeah, it's pretty awesome. But the 3DS, I mean, the Nintendo version has something exclusive too, and the Xbox does as well. I just can't really remember what it is exactly. But yeah,
I do like the 3D aspect of the game on the 3DS. Like, it's cool. It doesn't feel cheap. It literally is just kind of like like little cutouts in front of it.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. And the 3D is probably good on it too. Like
it is.
Okay, cool.
All right. So, speaking of Portland, I ran into a guy his name's Paul. I don't know if you saw the booth there where it was all Atari, like classic Atari stuff.
I did.
So, I've been looking for a retrofitted, fixed-up Atari 800 XL computer. And, of course, he had him there.
Man, that sounds so confusing.
I know. So, the reason why I was looking for this is because I have an Atari 5200 console, right? But the controller is notoriously crap on that thing, even though the games are actually decent. Well, everyone says, don't worry about the 5200, get the computer, because the games are the same and you can use a proper controller. And so what was cool about going to Portland was getting somebody who has actually gone through and cleaned this up, swapped out any of the memory chips that might be bad on it, and yeah, you may pay a little bit more, but this was not expensive, and so I was really happy to get an Atari computer, and also just a bunch of
So basically
games.
everything's been recapped? Is what you're saying? Like,
yeah, I don't know if everything has been necessarily replaced and recapped, but basically it's gone through its paces.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like this was actually running at the time of the Expo, so I knew it was good. You know, there wasn't any funky video issues. And also, too, the reason why I mentioned that is because this is my second one. I actually bought one off of Craigslist that didn't work, right?
Ah, okay.
And so I tried that route. We're going the $40 Craigslist route.
Right.
Oh, it used to work last time I turned it on. Yeah. Anytime they say that, don't believe it.
Yeah, because
But it's a challenge because you're buying something in a parking lot, which is what I was doing. You know, I couldn't test it. I had to kind of trust the guy.
Yeah.
So that's why Portland is nice to get it from someone who actually...
Stuff is on display and they're willing to test it out. They usually have like TVs and stuff that they have everything hooked up to, which is awesome. So you don't feel like you're getting... Yeah. You're taking a 50% chance, pretty much.
And the great thing about the Atari is that the cartridges typically are not very expensive. I mean, honestly, like Pink Gorilla and some of the local stores around here, they sell these for $5 or less. You know, not all of them, but some of them.
And I like these old retro covers, man. This is really cool.
I know, that's River Raid. Here's Mario Brothers. Now, Mario Brothers is not a $5 game.
What?
Yeah, that's the classic arcade version of Mario Brothers. Remember the two brothers? And
how does it look on the system?
Yeah, it looks great.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the thing about the Atari computer is that it's way better looking than the Atari 2600.
Okay.
You know, because it's several years newer, several technologies newer. So, and then also I have Dig Dug, and I just bought a ton of them.
Yeah,
you know, because they're so cheap, right?
Start your little collection and everything.
Yeah, so I'm happy to have this computer in my collection now.
Badass, man.
Yeah.
All right, next game. Well, you know what? This is something pretty simple, and this is the Mario Brothers Game & Watch. Now,
same thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much
based on the arcade.
Yeah, based on the arcade. Well, I think that one's more of Mario Cement Factory, which is an exclusive game kind of for the Game & Watch. But the thing with this is the story behind it.
I don't want to break it.
No, go ahead. This is right here.
Oh, okay.
There we go. So
these things look so cool.
They are, man. And you know the thing about it is, my mom got me one back in 1989. She got it from Toys R Us for me, and it was a birthday gift. And I remember my dad told me not to take it to school, and my dad was real strict, like, "Don't take that to school, boy," because I mess around in class, get it taken away. I took it to school and didn't get it taken away, of course. But on my way home, my dad was pulling up in his car, said, "Hey, I'll give you a ride," and it was in my hand. So I set it down and like kind of tried to hide it behind a pole.
Okay.
So nobody would see it. And I got in the car with my dad, and the only thing I kept thinking about, oh my God, I got to get back there and get it. And when I got home, finished my homework, went back there, it was gone. But I didn't want to take the risk of my dad catching me because he would have been pissed.
So but let's pretend, because this could be the same one.
Maybe it's the same one. I was thinking that as well.
Back to you.
It's come back to me.
You didn't write your name on it, did you?
No.
Okay.
But you think about that kind of stuff, and it just brings you back to that time. And now, after all these years, it's come back. So that's
and a lot
cool.
of people collect these.
Yeah. Huh. I probably only just get this one because it's the only one I had.
Right.
So, and I have the Donkey Kong one you got me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is pretty cool, man.
That's cool, man.
All
right. Next up, another system. Let's see here. So, all right. So a fan of my channel contacted me who lives close around here. He was actually also at Portland. Was like, dude, he has to move. Do you want the Geo CD? And so he gave me this because he didn't want to take it with him when he moved. And
dude, is that heavy? It looks heavy.
It's pretty beefy.
Oh wow, okay.
But I didn't own this system. Also, he threw in a bunch of games. So the Geo CD, I understand, is basically it's a CD version of the classic Neo Geo games, and they did this to basically save money.
You save money, yeah.
Now I think the games are technically similar, right?
Yeah.
It's just that they're on CD, so he had a bunch of them here. Most of them did not have the original case, but he gave me his entire collection. A ton of fighting games.
Yeah, that's awesome. A Samurai Showdown, Art of Fighting. What else am I seeing in here? Art of Fighting 2. Fatal Fury 3, which is one of my favorite Fatal Fury games.
I don't know what that is.
That is Team Battle. Oh, I have this game. I forgot the original title for it. I have it on PS2. Pretty cool fighting game. Shooting game, hyper shooting game.
Yeah, I think this might be Vantage Point, I think, or something like that.
It probably is.
Yeah. So,
dude, this
have you messed around with this console yet?
No, well, briefly. I've never actually held one before. I played one, but I thought it was pretty light and everything. But it's
beefy.
Yeah, it is, man. The only thing about this system is it's cheaper, of course, than getting the AES system. but the load times on this system are horrendous. So if you're gonna play for certain games, like especially a fighting game like King of the Fighters, if you're gonna play that type of game, just make sure you have something else to do during the load screen, like like not talk on the phone, but like maybe finish some paperwork.
Yeah, because it can be like 30 seconds, 60 seconds. Well,
longer than that.
What is the speed of this? It's like one speed?
It's a one speed. Yeah, it's like a one speed.
You young kids today don't remember that back in the day, CD technology was so new that the reading speed of it was primarily because of the error correction. Is that you just couldn't speed up the disc and still accurately read the data, and so it took a long time. It took most of the 90s to get from 1 speed, 2 speed, 4 speed, 8, 16, and all of those felt slow.
Yeah.
All of them did. Until basically 48 speed or something, when they basically stopped doing it.
Yeah, pretty much, man. It's a great system. Just make sure you know the games that are kind of like with less load times, that'll make it a lot better. So
yeah. And it's cool. I fired it up, and the controllers are awesome. Really comfortable. So... thank you, Andy. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, you're making me want to get one now.
Or you can come over and play mine.
I'll play this one. Cool, man. All right, my turn again, huh?
Yes.
So I got this at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. My buddy Jesse. This is Gunhound Ex
on PSP.
On PSP, and this is pretty much like, if you remember that game we did, Target Earth, Assault Suit Linus.
Yes.
This is very, very similar to that type of game. It's pretty much that type of game.
Oh, really?
It's a Met game, a platform Met game, action Met game, and it's lots of 2D action. Good boss battles, lots of dialogue.
You found this at Portland?
No, Jesse had it. Oh. He's at Portland, and I just bought it from him. He was selling some of his collection. I said, yeah, dude, I'll take that, because that's... I've been wanting that game for a while, and he, me and him have similar tastes, but he's not going to play it anymore. So he said, Reggie, yeah, man, just take this. So I was like, heck yeah, man. So
it's
pretty
amazing.
Badass.
It's amazing every time you come over, I'm still learning about PSP games I don't have.
PSP is, oh man, it's a beautiful world.
I know. I love that system.
Awesome, man.
All right. Also, from Andy, he just basically dropped off a tub.
Did he?
Yeah, because again, he didn't want to take his collection with him. So, thank you very much. Because in there also was a stack of N64 games, and so tell me. So I didn't realize that that's actually kind of collectible.
Yeah, Star Fox 64, not for resale. They were pretty much just demo units, and pretty much.
Yeah, because it says it on the back.
It says it on the back, and it's like that was the only way. So only way you could get this if you worked at the store and everything.
Okay.
So it's wow, dude, that's pretty awesome, man.
I know. So
I didn't know people were collecting these until like crazy, but yeah, people are really hardcore about these now. So it's like, that's pretty awesome.
I think if you're a fan of the N64 or Star Fox and you want an entire collection, as we always talk about, then that's what you want, right?
Yeah, and matter of fact, this is the reason why I originally got a 64 back in the day. I went to I think it was called Babbage's or Software Etc., and they had this on display. I remember this guy was playing it, and he was taking a long time. I was like, man, get out of here, man, let everybody else try it out. But I stayed there about another hour. He finally left, and I got to play it, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting a 64. This is the reason I got a 64. So, awesome game, man.
Yeah, that's cool to have.
You want to trade for my regular one? It's the same game.
Maybe. What else you got?
all right, let's see what I got. So, I got back one of my favorite companies, Tri-Ace from Square Enix. They're creators of the Star Ocean and Valkyrie Profile games. They made another game which is pretty much like a spiritual successor to the Valkyrie Profile series.
Whoa, I love that series.
Oh yeah, dude, it's freaking bad. The music is in it. I think it's by the same composer. It sounds like it, definitely. But basically, these kids, they're in Tokyo. They get into some kind of accident and I don't know the whole story yet, but they seemingly die, and they go into this other fragmented world. It looks like Earth, but it's like just fragmented, like, it's all like islands all over the place and stuff like that. But it plays in the same format of a side-scrolling RPG.
Oh, yeah.
Battles are pretty much it's pretty awesome. It's so awesome that I got the Vita version so I can play in bed, grind.
Do you typically do that? Like, if these are, do you typically buy both? PlayStation, like, if there's multiple formats?
Well, not only if they're Sony, because I can play on the Vita and everything like that. So, and I can transfer the saves and everything. So, if I want to play far away or whatever, or because I'm grinding in the game to get powered up and everything. So that helps. But yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I had not heard of this.
It's very cool, man. So. Yeah.
All right. More games I didn't know about. So, speaking of Portland.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Somebody had a bunch of these on the table.
Yeah. So, at Portland, I had one wish, and that was to finally try to get the Hori N64 controller.
And was it worth it?
I haven't tried it yet. But just so you know about these, tell people why they're kind of collectible.
Well, the control is a lot better. It's more comfortable in your hands. With a thumbstick in the corner like that, it feels good instead of like reaching down in the middle to grab it. Because if you grab it in the middle, you basically have to hold the controller at a different position and everything. Like you have to constantly move your hand around. But with it right there,
it's all basically mapped out to a traditional controller.
This is the way they should have actually sold it.
I know. And so the irony is that if you're serious about playing N64 games today, a lot of people are trying to find these, and they're not cheap. At Portland, I got a good deal at $90.
That's what they're going for now?
Yes. And I lost out on eBay and also Craigslist here locally because I have a search set up on there, and they'll pop up every once in a while, and they just sell immediately. So when I saw this at Portland, I jumped at it because $90 for an old controller it's not something I do every day.
Yeah.
But they don't come up very often. Well, especially when that's in great shape too.
Well, now all you need is 3 more.
Jeez, I know.
That's badass though.
Yeah, I was happy to get this.
All right, next game here. Get this big box out of the way. Blazblue Central Fiction,
fighting game.
A fighting game. It's supposed to be the last game in the Blazblue series. I love the 2D fighters, and they're really fun. I'm not really a big tournament guy in them, but I'm a casual player. So since I have all the games, I pretty much went all out and got that version. And being an Amazon Prime member really helped it become cheaper than what they were selling it for. So
do you know what's in here?
Yeah, I do. It's a soundtrack, an art book, and a little cartoon figure. I mean, not a cartoon figure, but a little doll figure. It's really weird. I don't know what you call these, but that's what it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I'll ever open it and display it, but it's still...
You won't play with it on the toilet?
No, but it's just, if you take it out of the box like this, it becomes a toy. I mean, I'd rather keep it...
At this point, you're a collector.
Yeah, so I keep it in the box. It's all nice and neat, so yeah. Because if I even took it, I would lose it. I'm pretty sure I would.
Yeah, I hear you. That's a nice box, though.
Thanks, man.
All right, let's see here. Moving right along. So recently, I got sent this Retro Bit Generation. So, you heard that I had this, and you were like, "Ooh, you might want to get one yourself."
Yeah, I was about to.
So everyone's talking about the classic mini NES, right? Which is the Nintendo 30 classic games for $60. A lot of people were really excited about this because this is sort of the alternative to that. $60, but literally I think they advertised 90 games, but I think technically at the last minute they packed in another 10 or so.
Okay.
There's over 90 games in this thing. It does a lot of things right. It does HDMI out, which is great.
Okay.
I believe it comes with 2 controllers. I haven't opened it in a while. Yeah, 2 controllers. It's really compact. They licensed 4 companies, Capcom, Data East, Ireme, and Jellico. Actually, there's 5. There's also Pico Interactive, which is
that's the
guy who has been he's been licensing other stuff and re-releasing it here.
Right.
This, I got to be honest, was a disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because frankly, I'm going to be nice. Most of the games are mediocre to just lame. That's my review of this. You would think with 90 games there would be stuff in here that you would love. Honestly, I was going through the menu and there's just maybe 5 games that I would actually play. It's just too much shovelware or too many games that probably most people don't care about. Right. Also, Data East and Capcom makes so many great games and there's so few in here. And, I was looking for Burger Time and some of these like classic games, and they're just nowhere to be found. I suspect it's because it's expensive to license those games. The other thing that's kind of annoying is that the emulation it's bad. They've smoothed out all the pixels, and so it has that kind of really bizarre, smoothy look.
Yeah.
Where these games should be very sharp and pixelated, like how they should look.
Right.
Also, one of the best games on here, which is a vertical shooter, it's sideways. Like the entire game, you fire it up, Capcom is sideways, all the text is complete. Like you literally have to turn your head and play the game like that. It's freaking ridiculous. It's like they didn't test it. So very disappointed. I hate to be a downer, but
I was actually going to buy it too. I just I wasn't really sure yet because with the Nintendo thing being sold out, this was the next best option and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Skip it, or you borrow this.
Well, okay.
You tell me what you think. So.
All right. Sounds like a plan, man.
Yeah.
All right. Next game here I got from the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. This is Ketsui for the DS, and this is a shoot 'em up game.
Really?
Yeah. This one.
Does that look like a shoot 'em up?
Not at all, dude. I mean, you would never be able to tell unless you knew what the game was or just looked at the back of it. My buddy Jesse told me about this game, and he's been telling me to get it for years, and I saw it at the show and picked it up.
Dude, this looks awesome.
Yeah, basically the game is pretty much like a regular shoot 'em up. It's a cave game, but with the
it is
the DS version.
It's cave. Oh, okay.
You have to. It's mostly it's all boss fights.
Oh, you're right.
So it's just nothing but boss fights, which is pretty awesome. I don't know if they could put the regular game in there. Maybe it was too big, but the boss fights are just justified enough. It's pretty sick.
Wow.
And I'm happy I got it, man, because I was just blowing it off and everything, getting it. But now I found it for a good price, and I picked that sucker up, man, with quickness.
I love cave shooters. They're this quality.
It's just the top of the line. Yep. So if you're getting a cave game, it's going to be up there. I mean, I don't know any games that they've done that are considered bad.
No,
so
they're always like really well done, challenging, but fun. So okay, jealous. Let's see here. I had another guy, a fan of my channel, reach out to me and send me a game called Glib. His name's Chris. So Chris is a collector of Atari games. I want to mention this game here because Glib is a super collectible Atari game, and you'd never know it. So I run into this a lot because a lot of people are like, why collect Atari? They're all crap. And Glib is a word game, but I want to mention that there are some Atari games that are very expensive. This is an $80 to $100 game. If you find it complete, it's $300 to $400.
Is it worth it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's a word game on the Atari.
Okay, yeah.
But my point, though, is that, a lot of collectors don't realize that you could be looking at a lot on eBay or Craigslist.
And add something like that.
And this could be in there, and you could have a little bit of a gem on there. You could turn around and sell it to an Atari collector.
And probably pay for that whole collection you just bought. Yeah.
Exactly. So you just never know with Atari that there's a lot of games like this on that system. And so Chris sent it to me because he has no attachment to it, and he doesn't have a big Atari collection.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. So
cool, dude.
Yeah, there's a bunch of these like that.
Love your Atari.
I do love Atari.
Awesome, man. So next game here, King of the Fighters 14.
You always get the big box, man.
I had to celebrate.
This is heavy.
Yeah, I know. It comes with the art book, soundtrack, game. Remember, does anything else come here? I can't remember because I don't really go in it that much. It comes with a steel case, a 3 soundtrack CD case, which is
book.
Awesome. The book, and yeah, man, and that's the case for the CDs. But anyways, this is the way a fighting game should be released on the system with a lot of characters and nothing like really download it to you later. That's
locked
complete
on the disc.
Exactly. That's the way it should be. And I had to spend money on that because that shows how a game should be when it comes, especially a fighting game. 50 characters, I think. Might be a couple more. It's an awesome game. And another thing, they constantly update it, and they're doing a graphical update and everything that's coming out probably sometime soon.
Oh, maybe. Do you think it's to support the PS4 Pro, maybe, or
no? It's going to be on both systems.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be on both systems. It's a patch, and it is. They just really. Some people complain about how the characters look kind of stale sometimes, and I understand that.
Oh, okay.
Still looks good, but they said, you know what? We'll fix that. We're going to work on that, and they did. And the patch is coming out pretty soon. So yeah, it's that's awesome. They did that. That's just something that we don't really get with a lot of games. It's something that we feel is a complete package.
I notice you buy a lot of the collector premium editions of these games.
I need to stop because there's no room to put it. You know what I mean? But, to celebrate the King of Fighters game coming out, which is one of my favorite series, I said, yeah, I'll do it for them.
All right, so next up, you guys know I love big box PC games.
Yes. What does the cover look like?
Look at that cover.
I like that.
I know. So Dragon Wars by Interplay. This was one of the games that I played when I was in like junior high school.
Oh yeah.
It's an RPG. What's cool about this game is that I think it's an official sequel to the Bard's Tale games because you can import your characters from Bard's Tale into this.
I didn't know they did that back then.
Yes. Oh yeah. Quite a few RPGs back then would allow you to just take one character at the end of the game and bring it in, which was pretty cool.
That's badass.
And so, these type of games don't hold up very well today because they're so old. But I love them for the covers. I love them for the nostalgia. They always come with manuals.
The memories and everything, too. And
yeah.
You always know when you open this sucker up, it's going to have a bunch of cool stuff in there. This
and
big
catalogs
book.
And things like that where you can kind of see...
So... This is a disc for both drives, so just in case you have one or the other systems.
Absolutely. So what happened back in the day is that there was a lot of people who had either or sometimes both drives. And so a lot of these games would come with either a 5.5 or a 3.25 or both in there. Mm-hmm. Or it would come with like a little voucher in there where you could send it off to them and get the other format. And then it became even more complicated when these became high density.
Oh wow, dude!
Yeah, so all through the 80s and the early 90s, there definitely was a lot of formats because then you have CD and all that stuff.
Very cool, man.
Yeah,
awesomeness. All right, I'm kind of just grabbing random stuff. Oh,
yeah, no, me too.
Here, let me. So, anyways, you guys know about limited run games. And I usually, when a limited run release is about to come out, I usually let people know, friends know, or people in groups know, hey, they're going to release this tomorrow. Be ready. Don't sleep on it because you'll miss it.
That's right.
And the first thing I did was, this was the first time I overslept on it, and I gave out the announcement before it happened, so I was so upset.
Oh, I think you told me about it.
Yeah, and it was the Shantae games. And this is probably one of the ones I've been wanting.
Is there 2 of them? Or?
Yeah, there's 2 of them. This is Risky's Revenge and Pirate's Curse, which is the third game. And I was so upset because I never missed their morning runs, and I was scared. I said, "Oh my God, what if I don't get it in the afternoon?" Luckily, I was able to. But man, I was that whole day had me in a bad mood because I missed that run, dude. I was like, man, I slept through. I could not believe that. But got the games. I'm very happy. And I'm happy the limited run that they did a release on these games because these are some of the best platform games I've played in a while.
I was confused. So they released 2 games on the same day.
2 games on the same day, yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Originally, Risky's Revenge is the second game. It came out on the 3DS.
Okay.
And then it came out... it's only digital on the 3DS, I think, and maybe the Wii U. This game came out on the Wii U, Pirate's Curse. I mean, not the Wii U, excuse me.
They make good stuff.
The 3DS came out on 3DS, Pirate's Curse, but it's just cool to have these games on a physical format.
Oh, yeah.
And they're releasing the 4th game coming in the next month or so. So
you didn't get Vita? Did they not do it on Vita?
They didn't do it on Vita, which is it's okay. I'll do remote play if I need to or whatever if it need to be. If I have good connection.
You have one job.
I know, right? But the 4th game's coming out next month. Or this month, I can't remember when, and it's looking really good. So now I got a collection of Shantae games on the physical format, and came with an instruction booklet. So.
And they always have the
stickers,
the color sticker, yeah,
which is really cool. So
and they're numbered. Like you have, like this is the release number 24.
Mm-hmm.
See 24 and 25.
Yep, which is pretty awesome, man. So yeah,
they cater to collectors, man. Oh my God,
they do, man. You know what's funny, dude? I noticed this when Limited Run makes a release, some people have it posted on eBay already saying sold out at a crazy price.
What? Oh, really?
Yeah, people do that. They'll pre-order the game and have it already for sale on the site, and some people will buy into it. Oh my God, I missed it. Let me get this. It's like, whoa. Yeah, I feel bad for them. But anyways,
it's better to just set your alarm.
Yeah, that's the easy way to just set your alarm and be ready.
Yeah, because they do it twice that day too. It's in the morning and at night.
Yeah, thankfully.
Or at night. All right. All right, moving on to newer game, Rise of the Tomb Raider for the PlayStation 4.
Game's so bad.
Have you played it? Oh, you haven't played it.
I played it on Xbox 360, and the reason I haven't got it on the PS4 is because I'm out of room on the system.
Oh.
So
I know that some people played this game a year ago on the Xbox One, but I was like, no, because
you waited. Yeah.
I waited because I knew that in typical fashion they're going to include all the DLC and all that sort of stuff. Which they did. Also, this has I didn't play it, but basically because I don't have a VR, but it supports the PlayStation VR. You can go through her entire mansion.
Are you serious?
In first-person VR. So it's included in on here.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I beat this game really fun. It looks beautiful on the PlayStation 4.
Did you play all the DLC too? Like the extra levels or whatever story they added to them?
Yes, I did. Actually, it was really cool because a lot of that DLC is worked into the story itself. So I didn't realize I was playing DLC. There's this one like witch thing that happens and
you know what? Another game they did that with how do you pronounce it again?
Deus Ex.
They did it with the director's cut, final cut. That game with the DLC.
Right.
They worked it into the game, which is pretty awesome. So wow, dude.
Yeah, it was really cool. And so and the DLC on this, at least the first one I played, because again I just stumbled into it, was amazing. It was like a whole other 5-hour level thing. And
see, that's going to be a cool experience when I finally play that, because it's going to be worked in like that. And that's going to be cool to see how it is. So.
Yep, really enjoyed this game.
Good things come to people who wait.
Yeah.
All right, next game here is E7 Premium Edition. I got this on Sunday at PRGE.
I have this somewhere.
Do you have this one?
I believe I do.
Yeah, you probably do. I'm pretty sure you have it. Now, I had this game, the regular edition, but I saw the Premium Edition there, and I have my other 2 editions are Premium, so now they're at a match now. I got this there. Now, this game to me, it plays, if you guys are like the old school Zelda games, like top down, this is how these games play, but I think they're much better than Zelda. Yeah. But nobody will admit that. So they're like, well, you're crazy. But what I like about these games is this is the 7th game. All the stories are sequels to each other. Like it follows the same character and his adventures, and they go on. It's really insane, man. I
don't have the premium version. I just have the regular.
It comes with a soundtrack and an art book, some cool stuff like that, you know. But the game is very solid, and they're coming out with a sequel on the Vita and PS4 pretty soon. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, man, E7. You see this game or any Ease game, try it out. You might like it. Okay. Better than Zelda. Well, you might like it better than Zelda.
Those are fighting words right there.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. So one of my holy grail games, I've talked about this game forever, is on the PC, and it's super hard to find. That is SSI's Neverwinter Nights. So this is what's unique about this is that this came out in 1990, I believe.
It says America Online on it.
So what this is the very first graphical, massively multiplayer online role-playing game. It's the world's first.
Whoa.
Yeah, and so, you know, there was a lot of text-based ones at the time, but this was the very first graphical one. And you're right, it came out for AOL. At a time when, you know, 1990 or whenever this came out, not a lot of, you know, it was dial-up. You know, it was the beginning of all this stuff, right? So this is super hard to find. This game, this typically online goes for $400 to $500.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But it's so iconic for that reason. Also, too, it uses the gold box engine, so like Pool of Radiance and all these sorts. So if you want a complete gold box collection, which I do, that's the last game you need, because most of them are nowhere near that expensive. The reason why I got this, we've talked about in some of our videos, like how do you get games that, you know, this was off of a Facebook group where a guy bought an entire Commodore 64 lot, and this was included in there, and the photo showed up. Some people sent me a message about it. I reached out to him, and I paid nowhere near $400 for it.
He gave it to you for a good price.
A very good price, as well as some of the other games in that lot. So
that's pretty bad.
That's how you do this, is you have to be patient. It's taken years to do it. You could drop $500, but I'm not going to play this, you know. So I don't... it's more for the collection. It's more for
it's memories and stuff like that. Exactly,
Absolutely.
And I get that. What I love about these games, like I don't play it, but you know the cover artist is really.
I know, and they're all like that. Like the gold boxes mentioned, they're all in this kind of gold box with the same artist or a similar art style. They all fit really nicely together. It's pretty cool.
The girl's holding the sword. She's trying to look back at you all sexy and everything.
Yeah. So now some people though will be going, I've heard of Neverwinter Nights before. That's because BioWare bought the license and remade a version of it, all brand new, basically, in the 2000s.
Right.
So they did it for PC back then. So it's a completely different game. This is the original.
Awesome, man.
Yep.
All right.
We're getting down here.
Whoa, we are. Next game here, Corpse Party. I don't know if this one has a subtitle. Yeah, Back to School Edition. Now, this game came out on the PSP
with more of your pooper dolls.
I know, right? But you know what? It was crazy about this game. I played it on the PSP. It came out as a download at first, and I played it with headphones in the ear and everything. This game is pretty jacked up, man. Like it's twisted.
Again. Really?
I know, right? It looks normal. That'll throw you off. Trust me. You think it's just a regular like some kind of kid game or something like that? This game is brutal. I mean, it has some crazy death scenes, a story. But basically, it's about these kids. They're at school and they're saying this, they're telling ghost stories, and they say this chant, and it takes them to a jacked up version of the high school they're at, or some kind of other high school. I can't really remember. And they're all split apart, and if you do something wrong in that game, your character will get jacked up. The death scenes are brutal.
It's funny. There's a warning here. It says not for children.
Yeah, I know, right? But it's just very. Oh my! It's 2D action. Like it has like a 2D plane. It looks like kind of like a top-down game and everything. But it's like, oh my god! I can't really describe it too much because it would give too much away. Just
you've mentioned this before.
Don't go into it. Thinking you're going to be playing some kind of regular game. It's pretty messed up. So
I need to give him a chance because I do like horror games and I like. I
was actually tripped out by especially when you play with headphones in your ears and you hear all the sounds and everything, all the weirdness. I mean, you get chased by ghosts in that game, and if the ghosts touch you, I mean, it's game over, and you get a brutal.
You pooped yourself, didn't
you? Yeah. No. Well, awesome, man.
Okay. All right, let's see here, a couple more here. So, been buying PC games. Now, I bought these two here because they're nostalgic for the same reason. So, check out those cheesy-ass covers. So, I bought these for kind of similar reasons as
This is the same actor doing the same. I think it's the same.
It's similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's horrible. So, I've been buying a lot of Origin games. Origin is a company that got its start from the guy who made the Ultima series.
Right.
They were really big on the PC back in the day. They made a lot of RPGs. This one is really cool. So, Knights of Legend, I remember back in the day because it's one of the first sort of realistic RPGs where you had to deal with fatigue. You also would deal with different damage on your limbs.
Okay.
So you'd be in a fight with somebody, and maybe they'd hack your arm, and you literally can't hold a sword anymore. And by the way, you're fatigued, so now you have to limp home. It was brutal.
There's a game that was somewhere similar to that. I think it was Vagrant Story. On the PS1 where you protect your limbs and everything.
That's right. Yeah, very similar style to this. So
that's bad. Was the game hard though?
Oh my god, so hard. Of course, I'm glad I got it because I want to replay it now. Because you'll be play it like on DOSBox and maybe like do save state, so I wouldn't have to
that would
try to limp back. But
that would save you some nerves because
at the time
crazy.
It was pretty cool. So
sweet, man. All right, I'm down to my last few items here as well. Time Crisis in box PS1.
Love this series.
Yeah, man. I found this. I got it at Super Smash Games, man. I was going in there just to visit them and everything. But every time I go in there, I walk out with something. I'm like, man.
You tell yourself you're going there to visit them.
Yeah, and then like next thing you know, I got all these games and everything, man. They get so much stuff in that store, man. Like it's like seeing you see something new every day. So it's like pretty amazing. But I love the Time Crisis games. Time Crisis 1. This one has one of the coolest intro scenes. Is hilarious. I mean, not hilarious, but it's like cheesy action and everything.
All
pretty
of these
cool.
always are.
Yeah,
they're like action movies.
Yes, it's what's funny about it?
Dude, the president's daughter has been kidnapped.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what's crazy about it? Somebody actually did a YouTube video of the intro done it with Legos.
Oh, really?
And it's awesome, man. You have to check it out, man.
Okay.
It's so corny cool. But I love the rail shooter games and everything like this. And this one is one of my top ones.
Yep.
I'm so happy to have it in box like that. So.
The Gun Con is so well made. I mean, the Gun Con brought that arcade feel to your home.
Yes.
I mean, it just feels like the arcade. So, and it's nice that so many games support it. And also moving on to the PlayStation 2, the Gun Con 2 is excellent as well. And the Time Crisis games on there are awesome.
Yep.
I mean, they just continue to be killer. I don't think I've ever seen the box though. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like it's, yeah.
All right, so newer stuff for me. So, another collector's edition. This is for Dishonored 2.
Nice.
Look at that, dude. Is that awesome?
That's pretty sick. So this is what inside the mask looks like. Wow.
Yeah. So I love the Dishonored series because to me it feels very much like the classic Thief series.
Right.
You know, very stealth, great graphics. It has a really cool art style. And then one of your characters, you can play as two characters here. That's one of the options right there. So then, her father, basically.
Right.
And then...
I played the... I've seen the intro.
You play as Emily.
Well, yeah, because it kind of makes you start off as her, I think. Or
you get to choose.
You get to choose in the beginning. So I just saw the story part where, and then, like, you're playing as her and all that stuff happens, and then,
Yeah. And this is a game I finished, and I haven't gone back and played as him yet, so I plan to. And then also it comes with, like, a ring, which is her ring that she uses to like unlock stuff. This is like I guess her royal ring or something like that. So kind of cool.
This mask is badass.
I know.
Man.
It looks amazing, doesn't it?
See, this is why I like getting collector's edition, but then I always feel like there's going to be a complete version later. So it's like,
there probably will be. But that mask though is I mean it's super nice.
It is. Yeah. It's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah. So I had to go for it.
Yeah, you pulled the trigger, man.
I know.
I think you did the right thing.
Yeah. Like I said, it has to be a game I really, really like. So.
All right. Whoa. The next game is, oh gosh, we already know how I am with pronouncing names especially for Japanese games. So
this is gonna be awesome.
Yomawari, Night Alone. Let's just call it Night Alone, the second title. And this game is another horror game for the Vita. This is the collector's edition, so it comes with the Firefly Diary game on 2 games on one little cart and everything, which is pretty cool.
About that game. Yeah.
Basically, this little girl, she's out in the streets, just like walking her dog, and all of a sudden, her dog gets ran over in the street, like, and gets like killed. And the car drives by so fast. It's something, something's wrong. It's like something weird's going on in town. And then the next thing you know, you meet up with her sister. It is at her house, and you go out out at night looking for your dog or where the body is and everything. And all these creepy ghosts are in the street and everything. It's like really scary. Like it's tripped out. And the thing is, it's about a little kid going out, like out there looking for something in a town full of darkness. So it's pretty tripped out. I don't know if you would call it definitely a survival horror game, because I don't know if she could fight back, but it's more like it's a horror game, I would say. It's pretty...
Collect items, solve puzzles, hide from spirits.
Yeah, it's like the I don't know, like a jacked up version of the movie Spirited Away, maybe.
I like this. So it features blood, violence, sang. I don't know what that means. And violence again.
Sang violence.
So they've doubled up on violence, and then there's going to be singing.
And singing. But the game is really cool though, and I didn't expect it to get a release, so that's pretty awesome. But I got mine off Amazon, cheaper price. Pretty cool game. Check it out, Vita. You Vita lovers out there. All right, so this next item is this is because John Riggs made a video about how he got one of these dioramas from a guy named, his company's called Mark Memory Bits.
You've been tweeting about this, and I wasn't sure what this was.
Well, it's pretty much a 3D diorama of 8-bit and 16-bit games and stuff like that.
So this is your game.
Yeah, he made one of my game. John told me, gave me the idea to say, hey, Reg, you should have him make one of your game, because John got one of his favorite game, which is Princess Tomato.
Okay.
And when I was talking to Mark, I said, I might as well just order a bunch right now, because he's overseas and everything. And he made 4 of them for me. So this is awesome. This is the one of Reggie's Radical Adventures in the space level.
Oh yeah.
Then we got me chilling with Sakura eating some Pop-Tarts on the hill.
Wow, that's interesting.
And then here's the one with me just on the first level. This is pretty awesome, man.
That's cool. So he basically does printouts of the graphics and then creates a 3D.
Yeah, like a little 3D plane for it, like so you can see like the graphic and everything on the side. And you can hang them up or just sit them on your counter or whatever, or wherever you want to put them at. It's pretty awesome, man. So
that's great.
Yeah, he said I was his number one customer because I ordered the most from him with that order. I ordered 4, so so it's pretty awesome, man. So yeah, John gave me the unique idea of just doing it on my game, because I was thinking of doing it on something else. But he said, "You should do it on your game." I was like, "Wow, you're right, dude."
Yeah, so
that's pretty awesome, man. So that's man.
Awesome.
Pretty about that. Thanks, Mark.
Do we have more games?
I think I'm all out, man.
Well, no, I swear I had something sitting around here. But
I thought I had something here, but
oh, that's right. Oh, hey, you okay, Joe?
No, I'm fine, man.
Oh, okay. I know.
Keep it down, please.
Oh shit, Joe's been here the whole time.
God,
okay.
Right, that's
Well, what do you got?
Well, he gave me a bomb. So what this is I got this at Portland. Do you remember during our panel, in the middle of it?
That's right.
That's right. And so what this is this is the collector's edition for Fallout, and this came from Tim. And essentially, what has it in here is this is the mini nuke or whatever it was called, and in here are all of the games. This is really cool. I've been wanting this for a while. This is one of those things where I didn't pull the trigger on when it first got announced, and I was kind of kicking myself. Look at this thing, and
oh damn. That's pretty badass, but it's kind of scary at the same time.
I know. And I
you're just going the other way, and it makes sense. And you're like, oh, God.
I didn't know that was on there, and I actually bumped it with my elbow the first time. I was like, whoa! But again, another collector's edition, which I think is just super cool.
You love your Fallout, man.
I do love Fallout. I love the original Fallouts. 3 and 4 was great. New Vegas. This also has tactics in here. Actually, the only game it's missing is Brotherhood of Steel, which were the console games. This is all just PC stuff.
Okay.
But, you know, it's still pretty awesome to have in the collection. So thank you, Tim, very much.
Definitely. And the next item I got, so here's a little backstory behind it. Back in Christmas of '93, my mom got me a Game Watch, and, you know, it's really cool. Put it on, enjoying it, Star Fox. And I took it to school, and a friend asked if he could borrow it, and not being like, you know, like we're kids and everything. I said, sure, man, you can borrow it for a little while.
You're too nice, man.
And, you know, something happened where he moved away or something like that and never got it back. And I was like, oh, man, that's messed up. But, you know, my buddy Jeremiah knew that I wanted one. And he posted this, hey, Reggie, do you want this, man? I said, heck yeah. And he went ahead and just sent it to me because he's been sitting on it for a couple years and everything. It's just been in a box. And he said, yeah, you could totally have it, man. He hooked it up, man, because that really...
It's in great shape.
It's in great shape, and it just brings back that nostalgic memory of when I got it, man. It was just really awesome to get that again. So, Jeremiah, man, good looking out, man. You're a great guy. Love you, man. That is awesome. I'm stoked about it. But you know what's funny? You know, I try to put it on. You know, it's that, you know, like, you notice how you got a little bit older and everything. I'm down to the last dot.
Oh,
that's
really?
how I can put it on. Yeah, that wrist is fat. So it's like, man, I could get it on, but, you know, you got to get the last one. And I'm not going to poke any more holes in it.
No.
Definitely not. But it's awesome. It even has
it has a little protector on it, too, like the original
it's
protector.
still the protector. I'm going to leave that on there, too, because it's doing a good job.
And it works.
And it works, too. So, like I said, thanks again, man. I really appreciate you, bro. So, hey, guys, so you guys have any questions about any of the things we got, you know, how we got them or whatever, or if it's worth getting, you know, let us know in the comments and all that good stuff. We'll talk to you about it. I'm definitely going to be in the comments talking with you guys, so, you know, I'll answer any questions I can. But yeah, it's been really cool showing you guys these games.
You know what I miss now that you brought this over here? Do you remember Jolt Cola?
I do, but I never had any. Was it good?
Dude, Jolt was super caffeinated. Like, I remember being in high school, I think, and I had some Jolt Cola that I think we had to get from Canada or something like that. It was super. I mean, I literally was all of a sudden it's 4 a.m. You know? Are
you serious?
Oh, yeah, just it was super jacked up.
Well, if anybody knows where we get some Jolt Cola, let us know in the comments. You know, I definitely want to try some.
Oh yeah, I know. Let's do some multiplayer like for hours and hours, man.
I know, right?
All right, how you doing back there, Joe?
I need some Jolt.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching my channel. Thank you for subscribing. Take care. All right, another pickups video in the can with Reggie. Why do people say in the can? What the hell does that mean? That almost sounds sexual. But anyways, hope you guys like this a little bit more mellow video, I think, from us. Reggie and I were definitely in a mellow mood, and I don't know, sometimes it's kind of cool to have these videos where it's almost just like hanging out with us. You know, you're in the game room with us, talking about video games, talking about our favorite subject. I want to thank Reggie, as always, for coming on my channel. Such a cool guy. So much fun hanging out with that dude. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.